Welcome back, guys. We're still talking about intimacy, but now we're going deeper into the physical act of sex. Guys, I want you to tell me, to share with us and the viewers, what is the worst advice you've received or heard of in regard to sex?
That making love is easy. It's
like easy,
like it's a lot of work. The process, there's so much talking, there's so much extend here, do like this. No, change here. No. Okay, now there. There.
So it's not like, in the movie.
Yeah.
She sees you, you see her, and then already things are working.
Yeah. No, it's pretty much the same thing. Like it's just going and it is done. And for me, most of the advice I've seen is again from movies, from books, from players, man. Yeah, they tell you that it is an amazing experience. You need to just try, several other people, and for you just go in,
try different people.
Yeah, try different people, and the different water levels. So you can
get experience.
Oh,
so that when you meet,
when you meet the one is the one you go for. So worst.
So in other words, like try different so that you get the best person.
Yeah.
Oh,
and also interestingly, in church circles, we took a poll one time and asked ladies who they would prefer, a virgin or an experienced man.
And
100% of them said an experienced man.
Oh, wow.
So
which church is that?
Some church dozens
I don't know.
on a hill somewhere.
Okay, so people still believe that it's better to have a spouse who has had sex before.
Yes.
Because they know what they're doing. Yeah. They're not going to waste time over learning which is actually sad. For me, the worst advice, from what I've watched, I thought like sex, for everyone needs to last like 3 hours, 2 hours. You've been there.
All day.
All day. What?
Slow motion. That's what slow motion does.
Slow motion. What? The bed sheets are like moving. Yeah, which is totally not true. So now that you talk about church, the church poll you did, I also want to understand, why is it that in the church, you guys, Gideon here is a reverend, so I want him to tell us, why is it that the church doesn't talk about sex? They're always on the surface, fornication, but I'm talking about like real marriage advice that deals with sex and talking about sex more openly. What's the issue?
Well, first of all, sex was originally looked at as a dirty thing. I think there was a sect of people that, you have to shun from sex, and you could even see it in originally in the Catholic Church. If you were a priest, you were above sex. Sex was meant for
the low guys.
For the low people. You're so we guys who had too much fun were like, can't do without sex, so we're going to get married. But anyway, I think that all through, in different cultures have a different way of looking at it as a sacred thing, which is okay to look at it as a sacred thing. It's just that now we have a very sexualized environment, very sexualized culture, where everyone is learning everything perverted about sex, that it looks like in church nothing is being said, when originally it was the church that would teach on sex and in its sacredness. Now the sacredness is out.
Light bulb moment, Lisa. Did you know that some of the most satisfying sex in marriage is sex after a conflict? Make up sex, get yourself some.
So I want to pick up from Gideon that what people are looking for sometimes sexually, or what they consider sexual struggles, or I'm struggling with this. If it's pornography, if it's possibly a struggle with sleeping around, but that the belief that getting into marriage will solve it is false. Okay, so many people come in and say, when I get married, this thing
pornography will end.
It will go away. And yet I'm learning that marriage exposes weaknesses. It doesn't solve. It just brings them out
Into the light.
out there.
Oh wow.
So if you're dealing with issues sexually, or you're like, man, I cannot wait. In marriage, you're going to have to be waiting longer.
True.
Yeah. Okay, unless you're barbarian or something.
Yeah.
Seriously.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Because men who say, I can't wait, no, I have to. That's how the long road to cheating and so forth. But if you're struggling with anything, now is the time to be dealing with it now. And what Gideon said is, you need to find God. Okay? You need to find Him. So if there's anything you feel like, man, when I get married, I know that it will be, that is absolutely false. Deal with what you're dealing with now. Work on that relationship with God, so that when you get in there, Yeah.
Okay, what about also the many singles, I think, find the challenge of people say practice. Practice what? By the time you reach marriage, you're a star. Is it true that you need to be experienced by the time you reach marriage? Like in sex? For those singles out there, I'm sure they want to know.
No, not at all. And I think that the beauty of sex is that it grows. And if it is with this same person over a long period of time, it gets better with time. And so that's the beauty. And I think that the reason why that is said is so that I can be praised as a man. When my wife says, man, that guy is dope in the bed. That's usually a pride thing for me as a man. And so as a young man, I want to feel like my wife should be able to say that this guy is good. So I'm going to go and look for all the experience I can get so that I give it to my wife when I'm married. That's usually, that never works, because what that does is that it serves me. It serves me. And I'm going to get into the marriage and demand the same service.
You begin comparing. Yeah, not like...
Exactly. Because for me, I'm going to be like, I'm bringing my A game because of my experience. But for you, you're not, what's up? What's going on? Why are you not bringing your A game? And that's what, again, the sacrifice that I was telling you about. I'm sacrificing my partner at the altar of the God I'm really serving, which is me. I am serving myself. And so for a single person who is being told that it is your experience, that the experience that you're looking for, what they're really feeding you is that you need to be serving yourself. You need to be continuously worshiping yourself. You need to be continuously satisfying yourself with your desires. And when you're fed enough with all of that, when you're married, it is that very selfishness that your wife is going to experience.
All right. Any other advice for the singles about sex? Anything else? We don't want to leave anything. We just want to give it to them.
Well, I guess, find yourself in the right spaces, with the right communication. I guess one of them is, for us as men, that thing called porn. It's killing marriages now. Yeah, you need to, for starters, God needs to help you, but you need to be proactive about staying away from stuff that will just mess you up in the future. You just need to stay away, which means find spaces or brothers that will support you. It would be good to actually work with brothers, people who are married, especially if you're looking to that. The singles here also includes those who are in courtship because they're not yet married. But finding yourself in those spaces where you can talk about these things at that level.
Where those men are going to be real, where those women are going to be real. They're not going to paint a flowery picture and make you feel like you're
a movie picture.
But they're going to be, and by painting it real, they're going to give their own experiences. They're going to share their own hearts. Finding spaces where you find people like those is going to tremendously change your viewpoint on sex and marriage.
Okay, so for me, what I want to say is that sex will not be like in the movies. Singles out there, like there are days where it's like the movies, where what's this? Like those days are there, I must say, but not every time. You feel like sex should be like the way you saw it in the movies, you hit on the wall and then they push you up and then you wow, no.
Breaking the building.
Yes, breaking bones and things like that. Earthquakes and lasting 1,000 hours. No, sex will not be like that. So take it a day at a time. When you get married, take the time to learn your partner, know what they want. And I like the fact that when you're in marriage, you're with only this person. So it gets better, like you said, because you're continuously learning what is working. You get it? It's not like a hit and run where you don't even know what happened. So I like that in marriage, you're able to learn and communicate that this is not working, this is working. So after 10 years, it actually even gets much better.
Yeah.
So
actually, I think the comfort is in growing in friendship. Because I believe even when you've made your vows, the lady, especially the wife, needs to feel comfortable, and sometimes they come into that space slowly. The way you treat me, the way you talk to me, that's what I think that is the growth. Because if you're angry, if you're mad, if you do, I think there will always be a place where I feel like I cannot fully come out. This is not a secure place for me.
I don't feel safe.
Yeah. But for a wife to fully open up everything about her body, she needs to feel that security.
Naked
and that
unashamed.
Exactly. And if that happens with friendship, with talking, with going out, with watching movies, with holding hands, with that's a space.
Is that like going out? It's not going
So
out
much.
thing.
Well
Well
done.
done.
For him.
It's working.
But
Yes,
today, just around there.
Just
I learned it from Steve. But
Alright guys, it's been an interesting conversation. I hope you've learned something. Please share this video with someone you think is going to just find value. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Alright, so guys, I just want you to share with the viewers how can they reach you, because I know many people may have questions, follow up. Where can they find you guys?
Well, I work at All Saints Cathedral as a priest, but I'm in charge also of the young people, the youth. That means all the singles, that means all those that are dating, that means everyone that's in between. And then the young marrieds fellowship as well, 1 to 10 years. If you are interested in any of that, you can get to see me at All Saints Cathedral.
Right.
yes, I work with Gideon as well. Work mainly with the young marrieds, with the men as well. If you get to All Saints, you can find a way of getting to me. But Gideon and I also host a show. We do a show on Family TV, 9 p.m. Friday, about men.
A few good men.
A few good men.
Right.
You can catch me there as well.
So I'm going to put their numbers in the description box. Be sure to check it out, and holler at them. They'll be able to help you with whatever you're facing. My name is Kusiima, and I'm here